So for those that are here, I welcome you all to Ibat webinar on France. Why France should be your preferred study destination for 2025. My name is Owe Yolumide, and I'm excited to be with you today. And in this session, we'll explore the unique advantages of studying in France, which including its rich culture, world-class education, and vibrant student life. And we'll also discuss the application process and highlight some affordable tuition option available for international students. This webinar is filled with valuable insights, so kindly feel free to invite friends and family who might benefit from this. Also, at Flybats, we're committed to helping students achieve their dreams, and we cannot wait to share our expertise with you today on this. You're welcome once again. And also, so before we go on, also, this webinar is going to be in two phases. Please, it's going to be in two phases. We're going to be having phase one of it, which is going to be on the admission part, and we're going to be having phase two also. We're going to be having phase one, and we're going to be having phase two also, which is going to be on the visa part of it. Yeah, so the phase one, we're going to be talking about all the requirements that is needed. We're going to be talking about why students should go to France for study. We're also going to be talking about the courses, list of schools available, the courses that students can go for. We're also going to be talking about some breakdown of some schools, the tuition deposits, the school fees of those schools, the duration of those courses also, and how much it will cost if you want to really study in any of these institution. So we're going to be talking about all that in this phase one. Why for the phase two of this webinar is going to be all about the visa phase, where our visa experts would talk more on the required document that is needed to apply for visa, how you should go about it, the amount of money that is needed to go, and then it will also be answering the question of can you go with your dependent? Yeah, yes, you can't go with your dependents though, but then it would give us more explanation into that. But for right now, we're just going to be talking more on the application phase, like the admission phase itself. So I welcome everybody once again, and hope we are going to be having a good time. So about France, France comprises of 18 administrative regions, with Paris as the capital, with a population of 67 million, which is the world's seventh largest economy and ranked as one of the top study and tourist destinations in the world. Of course, French is their official and predominant spoken language in France. Still on France, also, Euro is the official currency of France. And famous cities in France include we have Paris, we have Marseille, we have Lyon, we have Reims, and we have Dijon also. Now, going ahead, we have top reasons to study in France. Number one, we have high quality education with globally recognized degree. Now, just like when we talked about UK, now the universities in France also is so recognized, like it's globally recognized that if you graduate from any of those universities, the most of these universities are certified. They are certified universities, either public or private universities in France, because in France we have both the public and we have the private one. So either of the two, as long as it is certified and you finish from any of those universities, your certificate is globally recognized place. We have affordable tuition fee, of course, compared to US, UK, and Canada. France has affordable tuition fees compared to these countries. Where there's opportunity for internship and post-study work visa. So France has is headquartered to some of these top brands that we see. So even if as an undergraduate, or if you're doing your masters now, attached to your masters are some internship and post-study work that is attached to it. By the time the visa officer is actually going to be taking his phase, he will explain more on the post-study work visa part, and he will explain to you what you need to know. But then talking about the internship, so there are internships because there are a lot of companies, there are a lot of brands. So once you're done with your study, you have an internship of 1 year or 2 year, and from there you can get a stable job. And also number four, we have rich culture experience, of course. Which cultural experience is the Central European location? So from France, you can go to Italy, you can go to France. Greece. You can go to Vienna. It's a Schengen country, so you can visit. So it's rich. We have programs available in English across business, tech, and art also. So going forward, now, talking about studying in France, let's talk about the IELTS and the TOEFL now. IELTS and TOEFL is not mandatory for admissions, but having the same will have a positive impact on your visa outcome. That is, now it's not mandatory for your admission, but then you having them and submitting them for your visa makes it has a positive impact on your visa outcome. We have part-time job also. Students can work up to 24 hours per week. We have part-time earnings of 12 euro to 15 euro per hour. And the minimum gross wages, of course, 11.27 per hour. So we have jobs that students can do where you can be paid 12 euro per hour. So let's assume maybe you're done with your class and you still have maybe 7 hours to spare, and you went to for work and you're paid maybe 15 euro per hour. That's 15 times 7. You multiply that. That's the amount of money you're paid for that day. And if you can work for more hours, good for you. Post-study work visa. So students are eligible for 2 years of post-study work visa. This is applicable for RNCP certified programs on completion of master's course. So if you are done with your master's degree in a university in France or in the schools that we're going to be listing for you guys, if you are done with your master's in any of those schools, you are eligible for a 2 years post-study work visa. And also, please note, no post-study work visa for bachelor students, please. No post-study work visa for bachelor students, and not for bachelor students, please. Going ahead, so I mentioned earlier that we have brands whose headquarters is in France. We have L'Oreal, we have Lacoste, we have Renault, we have Chanel, and all these brands are there, which means for some students, once you are done with your master's degree, you can intern in any of these companies. So internship opportunities in multinational companies are most of the courses have inbuilt of 4 to 6 month internship, which may be paid or unpaid. Paid internship may come with a stipend of approximately sometimes 500 euro per month. 500 euro per month, you're able to get something stable while you are still doing your internship. Now, not all internship pays, though, but some pays and while some might not actually. But at the end of the day, you get the experience. And once you are done with your internship, you can then go secure your dream job. Also, now moving ahead. Before we go to each of these university, now the popular courses in France, we have tourism and hospitality management, international business, information technology, luxury brand management, master in management, finance and accounting, marketing management also. Now, in most of these courses also have sub courses actually under them for each of these university. But here are just some popular courses in France. Uh, moving ahead also, we're going to be talking about intakes and deadlines. So we have two intakes. We have the summer and we have the winter for students who is planning to study in France. So for summer, that's between January to February. That's the first one intake. And for winter, we have September and October intake also. So that's for summer and winter. And then the general deadline for application. Now, most students, so we say the intake is around January to February, but then you need to understand that there are deadlines because students are really applying to these universities. And even if you are planning, let's assume the deadline is January. I mean, you ought to have your documents should be ready, you should have submitted, and you ought to just be waiting for admission. But some students, they like to wait to the time when maybe the admission is almost closing or during the time when it's almost deadline. And that is not good enough because if the school are not admitting anymore, there's nothing we can do. Yeah, if the school maybe there are a lot of students that particular year, or there are students with first class 2-1, and maybe you have a 2-2, and you are just applying when it's close to deadline. That is not good enough, please. So general deadline for applications, summer which is up to 15th November, and the winter is up to 15th July, please. Some institutions accept application beyond deadline on a case-to-case basis, please. on a case to case basis. And you also need to understand that by the time we get to the list of universities and schools and the few breakdowns that we did for us, we need to also understand that some of these universities has different universities and different requirements. Each of them, each university with its own requirements. So it is now our duty now for us to tailor your results to a particular university, to tailor your degree, your certifications to a particular university, to make sure that whatever result you want to apply with is what a particular university also wants, and the particular course that you want in that university is also what you can study in a particular university. And I hope you get that, please. So talking about the duration and fees. So master course is between 1 year or 2 years. So I will explain this as we go ahead. So what they are trying to say is, so there are some masters that when you do them, it takes you 1 year. That is, they will make sure they extend the period of your master's. Sometimes it takes 1.5 years, and there are some that takes 2 years. So that is like they're saying 4 semesters. Yeah, you're going to be having 4 semesters. So that means it takes 2 years. And there are some that, so if you don't have a master before, let's say you already have a master in a particular course and you want to go and do another master in France. Now, such master will take you 1 year or 1.5. But if you don't have anything master, if you've never had a master in any institution before, either here in Nigeria or abroad as an international student, and you want to do your masters in France, it takes 2 years, please. 2 years. Tuition fees. So master course, for your tuition fee for master course is approximately 9,000 euro to 15,000 euro per year. 9,000 euro to 15,000 euro per year. And the reason why we are seeing this range is because it doesn't really exceed 15. Most time you see them between 9,000, sometimes around 10,000. You see some around 11, some 12, and some 13. Yeah, but then, the range is between 9,000 euros to 15,000 euros per year. Please, I hope we are with me, please. 15,000 per year also. So moving forward, now represented institutions for Nigeria. So if you're a student and you want to apply, you would like to study in France. You like to study in France. Now there are lists of schools you can actually apply to. Yeah, but then we are bringing to you the represented institution that we're in partnership with. So we have Insect Business School Paris. We have Numa Business School. We have ESC International Business School Paris. Now the list of this university, there are a lot of them actually. So we still have ECE Engineering School Paris. Now, if you want this, so at the end of this webinar here, if you want this particular PDF form, one of my colleagues will drop a link in the session for you. You can just register so they can get this PDF. So I'm not going to read out all this institution for us. But then if you want this particular PDF such that you can, go through each of these university or institution yourself, please, you can do so. You can do so. But then moving ahead, we did some breakdown for us, please. So I picked the first school. We have Insect Business School Paris. So it's around 27 Avenue Claude, Paris, and it's a public school, please. It's a public school. It's a public school. It's a public school. Now the common courses, or actually the popular courses in this institution, we have MSc International Business Management. We have MSc International Management. We have Digital Marketing. We have MSc Marketing and Brand Management. We have project management. We have MSc International Financial Analysis also. This takes 1 year. Now, listen to me. I said something earlier that if a student is applying to a university in France and you don't have master's degree before, but you just maybe you have your BSc and you want to apply for master's, now it will take you 2 years. Please, it will take you 2 years. But this particular university is saying they can take you 1 year. And there are times when they put 1 year. Now, if you go to the university website, based on what they will release, they'll tell you 1 year. Now, you need to now note that there are times when they add internship to this, and the internship can take 4 or 5 months. Yeah. So which is why some people put 1.5, some people put 1 year, some people put 2 year. But it is if all you, or for some university, if all you have is just your BSc, for some other institution, it is full 2 years, please. Now, the tuition deposit for this school is 3,500 euro. Now, I need to tell us that most university in France tuition deposit is non-refundable, and their tuition deposit is between 2,000 euro and then some 3,500 euro. Now, what we also now need to note also, because I said something earlier also, that each of these university has different requirements. So different requirements. So for some universities, it's not stated how much you're actually going to pay. So by the time you have this PDF and you're checking through each of these schools yourself, now some of these universities do not have tuition deposit, but this is what they do here. So once you submit your transcript, they will go through your transcript, and after going through your transcript, then they will tell you based on the results that you have, based on what you submitted, and they can tell you that okay, pay 2,000 euros. And from your transcript also, they will go through it and they can also tell you that okay, pay 3,500, but it's mainly or mostly between 2,000 euro and 3,500 euro. And also, applying to France, and let me just say this, is actually very easy and direct. It's really not, it's no hoodlum or along the road, please. It's just straight and direct. Straight and direct. So the second school that I have for us here is ESC International Business School, Paris. Paris La Défense Campus. That's the location. This is a private institution, please. This is a private institution. The courses, the common courses, like the popular courses, we have international marketing, we have digital marketing, we have financial accounting and analysis, we have international business law and ethics, and we have project management. Now, total duration. So let me explain this total duration for us using this example now. So full MSc program, 2 academic year, 4 semester, which include internship and thesis. Now, you don't have any choice. What I mean by you don't have choices, this internship is attached to your program. You have to do it. It's like, so is that thesis or internship, you have to do it. And you can do it in any of those mentioned the brand that I mentioned early on. So you can, in any of those brand, you can do your thesis or your internship there. Now, so it's a full master's program, 2 years, 2 academic year, 4 semester, please. And then for fast track master, takes just 1 academic year. Now, for you to be able to do this fast track master, it means you either you've had a master's degree before, or the particular university that you are applying to is just a 1 year master's, 1 year academic year for their master's degree. Okay, so that's why I say it is based on the requirement, it is based on the school that we are applying to. All right, so which is why when students want to apply to France, we check your the documents well, the transcript you're submitting, your certificate, and every other document, and then we go to school that fits you. The school, and of course, depending on the course that you also want to study. And because we have to make sure that this course that you want is in a particular institution, and after that, we'll go through the cons and pros of that institution in relation to your certificate to know that you can actually study there. So, in relation to this particular duration now, for ESC International Business School Paris, which is located in La Défense campus, if you do not have a master's degree, please, if you don't have a master's degree before and you only want to apply to you want to apply with your BSc, then you're going to be doing a 2 years, 2 academic year, please. You're going to be spending 2 years. And now, for this particular university, their tuition deposit is not stated. Now, it's not stated, but then that does not mean you're not going to pay. But then it does not also mean you're going to pay. You're going to be paying a higher sum. Now, it means that you are going to be submitting your document. Once you submit your document, your transcript, especially your transcript. Now, when you submit your transcript, the university or the academic body will go through your transcript and the document you submitted. And after that, they will send a mail to you on how to go ahead with them. Now, there are times when some of them just ask you to pay 1,000, some of them will ask you to pay 2,000, and some might ask you to pay 3,500 euros. I hope we are with me, please. I hope we are with me, please. All right. So, moving on. I'm going to be talking about the requirements. Now, I only mentioned three institution here. Now we have more of them here, as you can see. In fact, my colleague will just drop a link now. I think she should drop a link. Just click on that link if you've not registered, because at the end of the webinar, we'll send this PDF to everybody that registered. And if you want a free consultation also, you can get to us. And if you have questions also at the end of this webinar, we'll take in your questions. And then if you have any other thing to say, then we can just take it. But about these universities, we didn't do we only did breakdown for like three of them. Now, like I said, also each of these universities has different requirements. If what so we don't know what your transcript yet, because you've not submitted to us, so we don't know what it is. But whatever it is that you're bringing to us, please fill in that form. We'll send you this PDF. Send us a DM also, and then we'll know how to take it up from there. And talking about the application, that is, which document are we submitting? What are the required documents that is needed? What are the required documents that is needed if you want to apply to this institution in France? Because if you're applying to UK, there are lists of each of these countries has their own requirements. Same to each of these institutions also. Now, yeah, sure. Now, there are some of these requirements that will be done by us that we are going to be helping you with. But then we just put in this list here. So do not worry yourself. If any of what I'm going to be mentioned, if I'm going to mention right now, you don't understand it or you don't know how to go about it, or do not stress yourself. All you need to do is just send us a DM or ask questions, and then we will reply you. Now, upload signed institution application form if applicable on the course finder too. Now, this will be provided by us. All you just need to do is fill it, because it's going to be your information, of course. You are going to be the one to fill. So CV or resume with contact details. So Skype ID and email ID of students. Now, again, this particular information, apart from your CV or resume, the rest of those information will be taken care of by us when you want to apply for admission in France also. So we have mark sheet now, transcript of high school and graduation certificate, please. So we are going to be needing the transcript of that school. And so talking about transcript also, so there are two ways you can actually go about the transcript. Yeah. So we have the unofficial and we have the official one. So there are some universities in Nigeria that they don't like releasing transcripts to students. They don't like sending it to students' mail. And there are some universities that they do actually. They will just send the unofficial one to your mail in such a way that you can still use it. Now, if you have the unofficial one, please kindly bring it. It is usable. And for universities, if your university is among those universities that doesn't really like sending it to mail, then you get the mail of this particular university and then you send it to them electronically, such that they can check it, and then you can move ahead with your application. uh degree degree certificate, that is your BSc degree. Two letters of recommendation. Now, two letters of recommendation, and for some of us that don't really understand how to get recommendation letter, please. Now, valid recommendation letter, once you can come from your workplace, either from your HR or from your manager, and another one can actually come from your school, from maybe a professor, a doctor in your university, can write you one also. Okay, it's a recommendation letter, right? From the word recommend, when you recommend someone, recommendation letter, to someone that knows you, someone that can talk about you, uh, say some things about you and your relationship with the person and all that. So those are the two letters of recommendation is needed. We also need statement of purpose. Now, so most people don't actually understand this also when we say statement of purpose. Now, you need it for your admission, and it is also needed for your visa when you want to apply for visa. It is needed for your admission, and it's also needed when you want to apply for visa. So, statement of purpose is you telling the admission body that, okay, oh, your name is this, you went to this primary school, these are the things that you've done over the years, these are your achievements, this is the reason why you want to apply, you are applying to this school, and this is the reason why you are picking this course, and you would like for them to, look at your application. By the time you're talking about yourself, you're talking about if there's any gap in between your CV, you explain it to them in the statement of purpose, and it enables the school, to go through your application without disturbing you, without having you to do maybe something extra that's not even in the requirement list. So it has to be written well. Now, if you do not know how to go about it, we have experts in house who can do this for you. We can do this for you also. So copy of passport first and last page, and then we have medium of instruction later. Now, most people have asked the question of where can we get this from? Now, you can get it in two places actually. So you can get it from your university and you can get it from your current workplace. But please note, it is I will advise you to get it from your current workplace because that is where you are currently. That is where you are applying from. So it is very, very valid when you get it from your workplace. Medium of instruction, that is, what have you been using as your medium of instruction over the past maybe 3 years that you've been working there. And then we have passports size photograph. We have passport size photograph. Now, here are just the few list of requirements that is needed for you to apply to France if you want to apply to. Now, before I go into the conclusion and the other part, now today in this particular webinar, we've been able to cover why we talked about France and top reason why you should study in France, and which is why we mentioned some high quality education, affordable tuition fees, opportunity for internship and post study work visa. We talked about the rich cultural experience, and then we talked about the IELT also. Now, before going further, please, do we have any question, please? Is there any question for me? Is there anyone here who has a question for me, please? Is there anyone who has a question for me? You have a question about what I've said so far, and if you don't have a question for me now, uh, so the link that has been sent to you, kindly click on that link, fill that form, and this particular PDF will be sent to you. Then you can maybe go through it again, and then if you have question, send it to us. And also talking about before going further, so there are offers from these universities. You get offers from these universities from France on some specific course that will drop in our Telegram pages. And if you are not in that Telegram page, then that means you are missing because we don't just drop about France. We drop offers from our partner universities in UK, partner universities in Canada, and we do that for France also. So please, if you are not in that Telegram, please click the Telegram link that will be sent and make sure you join the group also because you are not just going to be the only one there. You are going to be meeting people who are going to, maybe the same place, but no, maybe it might not be the same country though. But then you're in the same, it's the same movement also. So we have offers that are going to be dropped in those Telegram pages. Offers relating to France, offers about top schools, require schools with low tuition fees and all that for UK, for Canada also will be dropped in that place also. Please, so kindly click and join the Telegram group for offers also. Now, so before going back to the question, please, is there anyone that has question? Do we have any question for me, please? Before, or is there any part of this webinar that you want me to take again? Talking about the course, talking about the intakes and the deadline, because I saw that some of us are joined late. So for talking about the intakes again, we have two intakes. I have the summer, which is the January stroke February, the winter, which is September stroke October, and we have the general deadlines for application, that is, which is up to 15th November, and winter, which is up to 15th of July. Now, duration and tuition fees. So, talking about duration for master's course, I explained to us that we have 1 year and we have 2 years. Okay, and I already explained to us the reason why some are 1 year and why some are actually 2 years also. If you need more explanation on that, please send us a DM and I will gladly respond. And also, I'm sure we have people that might probably, friends, send this link to them also because they might actually need this PDF also. So moving ahead, I would just want to buttress a point on this ECE engineering school. So the third school that I have for us. So this location is Paris FE campus, which is actually close to FE Tower in Paris. Yeah, so Paris FE campus, it's a private institution also. The courses here, we have MSc Cyber Security Management, we have MSc Data Management, MSc Cyber Security, MSc Data Management. We have Artificial Intelligence, we have MSc Sustainable Energy Futures, we have MSc Technology Management and International Entrepreneurship, and we have MSc Artificial Intelligence. Now, here are the top courses, popular courses in this university for, but this school is actually mostly for engineering students, also, like I've said. Now, so going ahead, application requirements. Now, please note that this is when you come to us and you want to apply, of course, that is when you concern yourself with this. But then provide updated mobile number, email ID, Skype of the student, as same that will be required for interview by institution. So there are some of these institutions that does interview and some do not. Like I said again, each of these university with different requirements, please, different requirements. And I said again also there are some of these university. So one of the things you also need to notice, the tuition deposit made by some students to this university are not refundable. Some are refundable, but most of these schools they don't refund tuition deposit, which is why when you want to apply, we have to, proper documentation, and we have to align your whatever documents you have with the school to make sure that such is not the case for you. So that is going to be all for the phase one of France, your preferred study destination in 2025. And like I said, we have phase one and phase two. So this is the phase one of this webinar on of this particular topic. This is the phase one. Now, the next phase, which is going to be taken by our visa expert. So where is going to be talking about with all these documents that you have now, all these requirements after you've submitted and you have all the required document that you need, how can you go about your visa? This is not there's even between you applying for France visit visa and France study visa. Okay, there are two different things. So it's going to be taking us through how to apply through France study visa with all the required documents that you currently have and how you can get there and make your stay a good one. Hello, we can hear you, please. All right. Good afternoon, please. Uh, yeah, good afternoon. Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you, please. Yes, you are. You are, please. You are. Yes. All right. So once your visa is being granted, so there are some of these schools that you can pay in instrumentally when you get to France. Okay. And there are some of these institutions that when you get to France, they will tell you maybe after 3 months of being in France, then you can pay this amount of money. But then before you go, all that will have been checked with the institution so that you know what is ahead of you when you get to France. Do you understand my do you get me, sir? Hello? Yes, 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 yes. In fact, the receipt of that payment is needed for your visa. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. Is there any other question, please? If you have any other question, just raise your hand and we'll attend to it, please. If in the absence of none, there is a particular question here from Bernard Dayo. He's in a noisy background. So I want to ask, how does Campus France play into international admissions? I'm applying to a private fashion school and they have an application portal where I upload documents, etc. Do I need to enroll with Campus France? Now, so if I get you currently, I think you're currently on an application and you've uploaded, and then you want to probably move to another campus. If that is your question, that your place, you will have to send us a DM privately, and then I have to check the one you are currently on. I have to see where you are with that, before advising you on either you can actually move to the campus France that we talked about today, or stay where you are on the application that you're currently working on. So please, Mr. Bernard Dayo, please, after this webinar, please kindly send us a DM and would attend to this, please. As we wrap up to this session, France is not just a destination, of course. It's an opportunity to earn a global respected degree, where you have to immerse yourself in rich culture, build a career in the heart of Europe, and grow both personally and professionally. So whether you're pursuing a business, an engineering course, arts, innovation, marketing, France offers world-class education, real industry connection, and a lifestyle that is hard to match. And on behalf of Flybats, I want to thank you all for joining us. And we hope you are one step closer to making your France your 2025 study abroad destination. The journey starts here and start with a decision, please. Thank you all for joining. And this is our contact details, please. Our WhatsApp, you can reach us on WhatsApp, email. Our address is 42 Olowu Street, Ikeja, Lagos. And our website is www.flybats.com. So I want to once again appreciate everybody that's joined us. Please make sure, as I've said, make sure you are in you click on the link so that you can get this particular PDF. And also, this is just phase one. So in the next few weeks, phase two will be coming up. Kindly make sure you don't miss. I mean, you are here now. Make sure you do not miss phase two, so that there will not be a gap in the knowledge that you have. Thank you very much, and God bless. Let's have a wonderful day. Thank you, everyone.